Welcome back, everyone, to Neyyah. We have just opened up the back area, the beach area of Glorfieck Mines, and it's time to go exploring. So we got to follow this path. We cannot leave this path at the moment. We just head down. We can take another look out and see the Volk Tower from here, but we'll never get to that tower. It's just sitting there. And there's the signal tower that we are going to try to get into at some point. This nice creepy tunnel to explore. Alright, we have another one of these elevators. I'm going to ignore the elevator for now. Let's take a look at the doors on the side. So we got a door over here. It seems to be missing its handle. We can actually see the handle on the floor when I take a closer look. There's the handle. So we're not going to be able to open this door ever. Up here, we want the translator glasses to read it. But we know this number. This is the number 2. We've got the clock symbol again. We can read this without the translator glasses if we like. What's interesting is this letter. This is one of the letters that's different from all the others. Normally you have a wedge shape with dots. This is the right angle with the curve on it. That was the letter M. That was the one that had this particular thing. So we know that's the letter M. We could also know that this is the A. Because the A is the down-facing wedge with a single dot, which means that 5 dots is E. So this is an E, this is an A. This must be a D because it has 4 dots. EDA. This over here, we know that facing left starts at letter G, so this is going to be an H. There's a C because that's facing down with 3 dots. CHA, M. This is a B. This is an E. So this is going to say chamber. EDA. I mean, we can get this one too, but I'm just trying to see how much you can do from memory by sort of remembering the milestone pieces. So it's facing down is the first 6 letters, facing left is the next 6, then you have the M. Facing up should be the 6 after that. Right, facing up with a single dot was N, so this is ON. EDA. Oh, this is facing left. It's facing left. This is an H. That's an I. EDA something. ION. So it's just a matter what these are. This is facing left. So this is the... haha. I think I know what this says. This should say sedation chamber. That's what it should say. But we can always check it again with the glasses, because that is a bit of work to read what it says, and it's not all that useful because we can't get in there anyway. Heading around the room again, we can exit out the back through another creepy tunnel. And we're out on the beach itself, out by the Volk Tower. To where the rest area is. There's a bench and a table we can look at here. So this is where I believe people are supposed to go in the emergency evacuation, according to the notice in Vermeer's office. We can look closely at the table, see the Volk Tower symbol here, but there's nothing we can do with it. There's a button, and it does absolutely nothing. So clearly we are meant to come back here later once something has been powered on. But not right this second. There's a nice view that we can take. Otherwise, this is a dead end. Alright, back around to here. Oh, look. There's a crane camera. We now know what that is. If we get a little closer to it, we can see it's got the Oligerian symbol here for a location, but it's not for Glorfieck Mines. The symbol for Glorfieck Mines has the semicircle on the right. When the semicircle is on the left, that is the symbol for Penorvia Point, or the camera sector. So I guess it's telling us that this is a camera, and this camera here is pointed at the clock symbol. For what reason, we don't know yet. There's the emergency exit shaft that we saw on the map last time. We cannot get to it because, you know, it's all busted up. But good news is we can get to where that shaft leads. We just have to find another way in. So let's head back and try the other door, because that one seemed to have its handle. Right, yep, this way we can see the wheel, the handle on it. And if we look up here, it says the same thing, only it has the number 1. So this will say sedation chamber number 1. I believe that's what it says. I actually did not write down every Galahanti letter because it just didn't seem all that important to me, because we don't really need to read it at any point in the game. You don't need to read. You do not need to read a single thing in Galahanti in order to beat the game. And those of you who know about the puzzle that uses Galahanti letters, you can solve it as long as you know that it is an alphabet. You can solve it with logic without having to know what each letter is. Anyway, this is a creepy ass room. Let's check the center. Obviously, torture chair. Got some braces on it, or cuffs. Cuffs for the ankles down here, straps for the legs, straps for the arms. I mean, it really looks like the point of this is to torture people. We got something that's a long pointy thing, and there's a Pelska portal location if we ever need to transport ourselves out. And of course, we have creepy music. And this is called the sedation chamber. So, what the purpose of this chair is probably not like just direct torture, but sedation of some kind. Not sure why someone would need to be strapped in to be sedated. There's also these other cuffs. It's a little harder to see these cuffs here. Backing up is a little bit easier. At least those look like cuffs or straps of some kind. So you probably brought these side pieces in and they sort of locked maybe to shoulders or the neck or something, really strapping a person in so they can't move. Apparently there was something they needed to do that required that their participant couldn't move, either because the participant would really, really want to leave, or it was an activity that caused a lot of motion and they needed to prevent that motion. I say activity like they were going to a theme park, but no, it's probably worse than that. Let's take a look at the notes we see here. Glorfiac Mines emergency exit procedure. Pull lever back to close gate. Closed gate, temporary mesh protection from escaped Elopolite. Arm yourself with Taluk gun upon entering emergency chamber. Taluk gun found inside case, holstered on the wall. Pull lever in office to close gate and secure room. Open hatch on wall to enter emergency chamber. So that's the hatch that we saw right here. That's the emergency exit. Sedation chamber 1, that's what this is. Number 1, hive generator, that's this. Power intensity adjusts automatically to the severity of patient's condition. Oh dear, it's a medical thing. Mayorta gas sprinkler system. Use emergency sprinkler button at chamber entrance to activate sprinklers in case of emergency. That's number 2, that's here. I would imagine that Mayorta gas sprinkler is not something that dispenses Mayorta gas, because that would kill everybody. I think it's water, and the idea is to disperse gas in case there's a gas leak. So they're using Mayorta gas for something in here, and if there's a leak, they can clean it up. Number 3, here are the fuel cables. Underlying pipe system in the chamber contains Mayorta gas. Yep, there you go. Upon activation, these cables will take gas to hive generator and disperse from sprinklers. Oh no, the gas is dispersed. Probably should have read ahead before I just spouted off at the mouth like that. So in that case, the Mayorta gas sprinkler system is not something to clean up gas. It's something to actually disperse it. We want it in the room. Then we have the sedation tubes at number 4. Once patient is securely in place, the helmet system will detect the condition of the infection, and the sedation tubes will react accordingly. Alright then. Helmet system is the number 5 right there. Lights indicate a helmet is activated. Glorfiac metal responds to an increase in temperature beginning the reversal process. What's that? And then we got number 6, the chair. Wrist and ankle cuffs secure patient to chair during reversal process. Oh dear. Stages of Elopolite infection transformation. Early infection phase, just looks like a dude. Blisters may begin to spread across arms and legs from infected area. Slight alteration in eye color. Infection reversal 1 to 2 days. 1 helmet required. Middle infection phase, not looking super great. Changes in facial structure will begin on left side of face. Full tentacle growth across back and sides of head. Infection reversal 4 to 5 days. 2 or 3 helmets required. And final infection phase, creepy zombie. complete bone structure transformation, full tentacle growth across back and sides of head, infection reversal impossible, high possibility of facility breach, evacuation imminent. So the Alopolites were the creatures created by Charus Califrical, or whatever their name is, um, the, uh, the evil Fazaltian who made hybrid human serpents, and so apparently the process to create those is similar to an infection. Not so much that Charus built them like homunculi, but that he infected them with some kind of strain that would change them from ordinary person to slightly less ordinary person. But the Thazaltians were able to find a way to reverse the process. So it involved the creepy torture chair. They'd strap in the partially infected Alopolite. And so the reason to strap him in basically is the Alopolites are, crazy evil monsters. I guess that's what that is. And so you don't want them escaping. And the process takes a while. It requires multiple helmets. So apparently the helmets wear out, like the metal eventually degrades. And if you need a helmet per person in the best of scenarios, this is a very, very expensive process to reverse Alopolite infection. And that also explains all of the evacuation signs everywhere. So if Alopolites were to breach, there's all the places to run away. If the sedation fails, there's this emergency hatch here. Helmet systems. The helmet system needs to be maintenanced. That might be right. The helmet system needs to be maintenanced at least once a week, while each helmet must be checked daily for any damage sustained during reversal processes. The needle on the tube injects sedation serum and detects patient's condition. The chair. Patient needs to be fastened into this chair before the sedation process begins. The extended armrests and cuffs are used during later reversal processes. All right. So, yeah, a little bit less creepy now that you know it was intended to actually be used for healing. They'd actually put someone in there and try to heal an Alopolite infection, but it's still kind of creepy. Um, and this is just another one of those, remnants of a distant past. Um, we are not going to see Alopolites. They've been eradicated, or according to lore in the game, they've been eradicated, and we will not see them. We just see the remains of the system that was designed to eradicate them. Alright, let's go through this emergency hatch. This would lead us back out to the beach if we went through this area here. It's been pretty thoroughly collapsed. And we have other ways to the beach. Anyway, this should say emergency shaft. That's my... No, this is A. No, that's not an A. That's a B. Down with two... That's two dots. Yeah, it's hard to see. It's dark. B-E-A... Oh, beach. Exit to beach. It's only 6 letters. Like I just see a big blur with this, right? Because it's dark and it's all similar colors. It just depends on the brightness of your screen. Like I have a big screen and it is rather bright, but I try to turn it a little bit down if I'm staring at it all day. So I'm looking at a blob of letters here. So I figured this would say emergency shaft, but it doesn't. It says this is an E, so I got that right. But this isn't. This is an X. This facing to the right with 5 dots. Really hard to see that, but that's what that is. Exit to beach. Can I back out of here at all? Thank you. We've got our Talukes, or Zaloom Talukes, or whatever they're called. Big old guns, in case Alopolites are roaming free. Glorfiak Mine's emergency exit procedure. So you travel down the corridor to your left, the one that's destroyed. Exit hatch at cliff face, climb down the ladders to the beach, and await the guards who will accompany you to a safe zone. So that's their procedure in case the sedation chamber doesn't work. We've got crystals in a bowl. We've got a sink, which of course is just not going to work. Everything here is completely busted. It's like this place hasn't been used for generations. Glorific Mines reminder to all workers. Stay refreshed and refueled. Rest sites offer an opportunity to take a break. Beware of nearby Nalaxium nesting areas. Stay clean and hydrated. Wash basins installed between shaft areas. Make sure all taps are turned off completely after use. Alright then. Well, they gave him breaks. It's better than some places. And we got a shelf with some things on it. And there's actually a lot of things on this shelf that we can examine. Let's start with this note up here. Vamir, apologies for the delay. The new key for the lever system at Scarlatti Towers is ready. You'll find it enclosed with this letter. Insert key, new lever position, water fill max, hatch. Yeah, we've been there. We couldn't use it because we didn't have the key. I hope you managed to set up the new lever system without too much difficulty. Make sure the lever is set to the highest notch. Hopefully this extra boosted power will enable the pump system to work more effectively. I calculated with the new strength of the pumps, the rising water levels at Scarlatti Towers will reach the boiler much quicker. Considering the importance of the Scarlatti Towers, I do suggest we recalculate the strength of the plasma orbs for the Lavandus crystals there. Perhaps I can conduct some experiments next week. Nighttime would be best. That's if Zeely hasn't already got plans to watch more catus flies dancing in the garden. This warm weather has brought countless hordes of the things to shroud the evening skies with a light show of intense purples and blues. It's quite remarkable, if not a little distracting. Zeely's growing up so fast, becoming more fascinated by what this world has to offer. Perhaps your ideas on the Fazaltians aren't so ridiculous. There may still be some time. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you require any more assistance. Take care, Ernter. In this case, Zeely's probably Ernter's child. That's my guess. Probably a child if we're saying growing up so fast, and I don't see any reason why Ernter would be talking about somebody else's kid, so that's probably what that is. Unfortunately, we don't get to meet Ernter or Zeely in this game. And that's a drawing of the key that we need, in case you don't see that it's right here. There we go. Now I have the key that's used to fill up Scarlatti Towers. We do need that to continue. But there's no use going to Scarlatti Towers right now. We also want the microphone signals before we go. There's a knife that we can pick up right there. There's a box we can examine and open, and it contains a red crystal and a purple crystal, which are going to be used for our crystal mechanisms, the crystal block mechanisms. Because what else would we use those rectangular or whatever rods? That's the obvious thing that we've wanted, and we know they're going to come in two colors. So we got to figure out which one takes red, which one takes purple. Supposedly the Spore Docs will do that for us. And in here we have a canister, and it's got the Billix tank symbol on it. So we found it. So a lot going on today. This area has a lot of items that we need. It's kind of weird how like so many important items are in one location. You just come here, you get them all, and now we just got to figure out where to put them. And that's everything we can find up here. Let's head back down into the sedation chamber. And back to the center. Can I go anywhere? Thank you. Let's head back to this elevator in the center. And we'll head up, because it's the only way we can go. And in fact, before I do anything else, I'm going to head up again, all the way to the top of wherever we are. And this actually looks familiar. We've been in a place that looks exactly like this. It was in Panorvia Point. And this is a machine that wants a Paida. It's a red Paida. We've got the Glorfiac Mines to lead a portal triangle, and then the circle with the line going from the top left to the bottom right. So let's take this out. This is the only one it could be. That'll turn on the computer, which should have camera signal required. So there you go. Transportation tower in the lab HQ sector. So this is the pair to the other transportation tower. Once we get those camera signals working, we should be able to do something here. That's all that we can do in this tower, so let's head back down. And now, from here, we'll turn around and see what is in this middle level. We have a walkway somewhere. We can't see this spot on the map directly because it's going to be underneath, a rock, so we're inside a mountain still. But we can look out to the vast ocean and see, well, there's nothing out there. Going a little further, we see a door that has a wood bar blocking it from being opened. And it's not really that the wood bar blocked it from being opened. There was a shaft here that was used as a lock keeping it from being used. And that takes us back inside the mines where we first arrived. So that's that. That is everything at the Glorfieck Mines. We've picked up the items we need. We actually do not need to come back here except to check the Lab HQ computers at least one more time, possibly two, depends on how I route this, and to return to the signal tower. Everything else we've done. We don't have any more mysteries to solve with that. So let's leave through the Pelorian portal. And we're back at Neyyah Pool. So we've now been to every area, or all the main areas at least once, and fully explored as much as we could. So I'm going to stop here. Next time, I'm going to take care of something here at the Neyyah Pools that we can do. And then I'm going to head over to the Spore Docks, because we haven't been there yet. We did the Jatuk portal shift a few episodes ago, which will allow us to enter. So we're going to check out a new area and take care of a couple other small things. So I'll see you then. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you're all having a great day. Goodbye.